What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of DeFonce Talks Metal. I have Jared, the vocalist of the tech death metal band, Archaic. I'm sure you guys all know him. How you doing today, Jared? How you been?
Doing good, man.
Yeah.
Been good. Been hanging in there.
That's good.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. I'm stoked you were down to do this. Definitely got a good amount of requests for you that wanted to have you on here. And I always had you in the back of my head anyway. It was just a matter of like, when can I get you?
Yeah.
I try not to like schedule out too far in advance, you know? Usually I'll hit people up like 2-3 weeks in advance. Not like I'm booking a tour like 3-4 months in advance.
30 days. 30
His
name is
John C.
Oh, God. He had to do that sound alert. I have to turn those off, Marcus, but thank you. You fucking ass. You didn't hear that, did you?
I didn't.
No. Oh, my God. I have these like sound alerts, which I believe were supposed to be turned off during these, but people can pay bits, which is like tipping somebody. And this one played the John Cena intro, and it just scared the living fuck out of me. Please don't do that again. So I thought I had those fucking turned off for this. Which I'm gonna do right now because Jesus Christ, that was loud. Holy shit.
Kind of looked painful. You're like, oh.
Yeah. Sound alerts are paused. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway.
Alerts pause.
Yeah. There's like a few different ones you can do. And God, that scared the fuck out of me. Anyway. So, with the whole, downtime that we've had this year, what have you been up to? And what has, like, the band been up to this entire time?
Yeah, well, the band, we had pretty much set some, like, deadlines and some goals to hit in 2020.
Yeah.
One of them was the European tour that we had booked with Vervum,
Yeah.
Ultra Beast. So we haven't been to Europe yet. This was going to be our first time going to Europe, and we've had some like close calls. Like we almost went a few times.
Oh, okay.
In, like the last few years.
Yeah.
But this was all booked, and Nick from Vervum booked it, and we had like a driver and all that. And then we had planned on recording. I think it was right before we were going to leave, either that or right after.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything kind of got shut down. Tours got rescheduled. And then the booking date, like the dates that we had in the studio were pushed back or like basically put on hold.
Put on hold, right?
Yeah. So we kind of just like, we worked on just finalizing the music side of things and the pre-production and the demos and getting the album together like how we want it.
Yeah.
And then everybody kind of just like, I just took like a big break and like didn't do a whole lot of music related stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure you needed a little break.
Yeah. And it was just like, just the feeling, I feel like the wind got knocked out of everybody's like plans and sales and stuff. So
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably had tons of stuff that you were working on and then stuff that you had to rebook Devastation on the Nation, right? Yeah,
I had to rebook that, and then that ended up getting canceled again. You would have thought a year from the pandemic or a year reschedule would be fine, but now I'm rescheduling to 2022.
Yeah, crazy.
It is, man.
But I don't know. Just spent time with my girlfriend and took the dog on a lot of walks.
Yeah,
and,
a lot.
Started working with I got a job with a company that does like marketing and coaching for musicians. So that's been a good like occupier of my productivity and my time and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's been really like
pretty
fulfilling.
Rad. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. We'll definitely get into that. So I want to know more, and I'm sure some people will want to know some things.
Yeah, no. Basically, that's what I've been up to.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. We did record drums in November for the album up in Seattle.
Right. Yeah. All right,
so that's the foundation. Yeah, so laid that out, and so now we're just kind of piling on tracks, and then we're gonna get it mixed and mastered, put it out this year.
Oh, good. That's great.
Yeah.
Who did you go record with? I forget who you said. Or who did drums?
Aaron. Aaron. Shoot, I'm spacing on his name. We had just like met him through a friend of a friend.
Yeah. I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, let me get his name real quick, because shout out to him. He did a really amazing job. Like we've recorded with Zach Oren a lot, and
I remember.
Yeah, Zach's like a machine to record with.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, and Aaron Smith.
Aaron Smith. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like he has worked with Jared Dines before. He like knows him and does some stuff for him.
Oh, okay, no shit.
And he's in a band called like Seven Horns, Seven Eyes or something like that.
Oh wait, I feel like I know what you're talking about. Seven Eyes, Seven Horns or some shit. Yeah, I remember that band. Are they still active? I don't know. I forget.
Not really.
Not
it's
really,
kind of
right?
like his it's like his project. He kind of like still kind of for fun writes some stuff, but he mostly does like production. And we rented out the studio that this guy built. This older guy who used to work for like Boeing or something like that, and he's like retired, and he just built like the craziest, like perfect studio in his backyard in this big like kind of house. It looks like a barn, but kind of more like a house.
Yeah,
but it's just a studio, and he's just got like a really nice setup. So we rented that, and Aaron like tracked drums for Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan killed it. It's gonna be a really like drummy album.
Oh yeah. He went off on it.
yeah. Like there's lots of parts that are like bosses of like if it was a video game. There's like these songs that are like really hard to beat and you like to get the first time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Nathan really put a lot of thought into like every little stroke of the feet and hands.
Yeah, he's good at that. He's really good at that. Yeah, he's literally one of the sickest fucking drummers.
He is, man.
That was a good addition to Archaic. He was. When did he join? How long ago was that? Wasn't too long ago. Right?
It was 2017.
That's right.
He did a couple tours with us.
Yep.
And then, because we did some tours with a couple other drummers that we're trying to find the right person.
Yeah.
Because Alex Bent, who's in Trivium now,
mm-hmm.
he was our drummer up until that point.
Oh, damn, he was. How'd I forget that?
Yeah, he toured a lot while we were also touring. Like he was getting gigs and getting a lot of tours, and then we'd get stuff here and there. And he did some of them with us, and then some we kind of had to get a fill in.
Yeah.
And then he got asked to be in Trivium, and then we're like, well, we should probably start looking. And testing some people out.
That's wild, dude. So that was, when did he join Trivium? Was that 2017 or before?
It was probably, I don't know, it was probably around 2016, 2017 when he started jamming with them.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, you can't really turn down a gig like that.
Yeah. I knew that he would take the band to like a higher level in a way.
Yeah, he's a great fucking drummer.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he's their drummer, because he's such a good drummer all around.
Yeah.
He can play like jazz and gospel and all sorts of stuff. But I feel like anybody who has him in the band, the foundation of the band's going to be really solid and creative.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do agree. So, going back in history with Archaic, how did the band first come together? Because you're the only original, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right now. Technically, it's the band's like the brainchild of me and my best friend Chance, who used to play guitar in Archaic.
Is that Chance from Continuum?
That's Chase.
That's Chase. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Chance. Okay.
Yeah, like me and Chance met in middle school, and we both played guitar. And
Yep.
he introduced me to a lot of music, he introduced me to death metal.
Oh, wow.
I was into like Hatebreed and Pantera and even like punk and some like that Warped Tour kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met Chance, and he's like, "Oh, let me show you all this, different this music
Yeah.
that you haven't heard before." And his friend had an older brother that was in a black metal band and had a huge record collection.
Yeah.
They'd sneak in there and try to burn music without the brother noticing, because like they thought he would like get mad, even though now they were probably like didn't need to do that.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Good old days.
But yeah,
right?
it was like it was me and Chance, and then the mixture of all that music that we got from his older brother's friend.
Mm-hmm.
And like we started listening to like Nile and Dying Fetus and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. Started getting into that.
Yeah, and then it was just like hard to go back once you go that far
Oh, yeah.
deep into it.
Yeah, you can't go back then. There's no turning back now.
Yeah, and then we discovered like Decrepit Birth, when they were first coming out, and Unique Leader it was like that wave of Unique Leader bands that was like Decrepit Birth, Severed Savior, Gorgasm,
even fucking
obviously
Deeds
of Flesh,
Yeah.
Odious Mortem.
Yep. All the fucking
lot of those dudes like would jam in this room that I'm in right now. Like this house was like the band house in Santa Cruz, where Bill from Decrepit Birth would like sleep in this like hallway in the back with his dog and stuff.
Holy shit. So you're in that house right now?
Yeah. I've been here for like the last 2.5 years or 3 years or so.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Joel that used to be in. Do you know Joel Horner?
Horner.
Used to be in Decrepit Birth.
I think so. It sounds really familiar. Let me look him up. Did he used to?
If you don't know him, then we definitely have like tons of mutual friends.
Yeah. Oh wait.
But he used to live here.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, we're friends on. He does Cali Death podcast. Oh yeah, he was in Decrepit, Son of Aurelius. I cannot pronounce that name. I remember that band though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked to Joel though, but we're friends on Facebook.
Shout out to Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So that this house like has a ton of history. From like Animosity practice here with like Brain Drill, all of them,
dude.
like at the same time too, because it's in an industrial area, so like they could get away with practicing at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And, sad to see it go. They're remodeling it, and they gave us like 60 days to move, and that's why I was telling you that we were moving.
Yeah. Shit. When did they give you that notice? Like a month ago, or when?
Like 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Like, we got to be out by the end of the week.
Oh shit.
So, but we found a place. Like we got the keys to that place already. So
okay, that's right. Yeah.
Made it work.
That house has a lot. So they're remodeling it.
Yeah, like they were supposed to like bulldoze and put a CVS. For a lot of years, that was like what was coming, and it just never happened. And then we just got a notice like a couple months ago that they're gonna like remodel it and sell it to somebody else or something like that.
Damn.
So. They call it the Furniture Dome.
The Furniture Dome?
Yeah. It's on top of a furniture store.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. I don't know where the dome part comes. It's not really domed in shape.
Yeah. That's fucking funny. So damn, that place has been around for a minute. That's wild.
Yeah. But
so like that's kind of where Archaic practice there too?
No. Yeah, I kind of like fast forwarded a lot, but basically like we were influenced, like we started in high school and we were like not good at all.
Yeah, it's usually the case.
Yeah, and and we were trying to just find people that would be down to jam and like who maybe played drums or bass, because me and Chance play guitar.
Yep.
Or maybe we could find somebody who like looks like a singer. Like we don't care if you can sing or not because you just yell into the mic.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to find somebody who like looks like the part.
Yeah.
And we started playing shows in high school in like backyards and stuff. And then out of high school, we found some really legit members, specifically like Craig Peters from, he's in Deeds of Flesh now, Destroying the Devoid. So he like, we met him. At first he like didn't join the band, like met him at a Guitar Center and he was just like shredding. And then we're like, hey dude, like nice Suffocation hoodie. Like we're into it. We want to make death metal. Like, do you need a band? And I remember like at first it was a no or like kind of a maybe. And then like he had hit us up again like later on, I think, and then we started jamming and he like kind of helped us get to that tech death level that we were trying to achieve.
I gotcha. Okay. Well, that's rad.
Yeah, and then we like wanted to be on Unique Leader, so we like sent some demos to Eric, and Obi from Inherit Disease kind of looped the relationship there and helped us get in with Eric and get a response, and we sent him some demos and he's like, the drums could be tighter, like the riffs are tight, but drums could be tighter, sounds crushing though.
That's rad.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, cool, so it's a possibility. All
right, let's just go tighten this up. Right?
Yeah, so we kicked out our drummer and then cut a new one.
All right, dude, you're out.
Yeah, not gonna happen. Like, it's just that's, I mean, the drummer was like he wasn't very committed, so it wasn't like a big thing. It wasn't like a hard kick out, but like we definitely needed to find somebody. Like somebody who could handle the double bass aspect and the blasting and like be on time just and
better overall, right?
But then we found Craig's friend who he used to be in a band with, and then we did a demo and then sent it to Eric, and then then he signed us on that one.
Oh wow. And what year was that you guys get signed?
Officially 2009.
Wow. Yeah, and you were on Unique up until when did you sign to Artisan Era?
2018.
Was it? Wow. Time. Was it 18 or 19?
I think, no, it was 19. 2019. Yeah.
That's right. Damn, that's crazy.
Which we're stoked about.
Yeah, no, dude, Artisan's great. You know, even I remember when you brought it up to me, I was like, you know, the band does need like a change. You know, I feel like not all bands will need that, like, you know, like a label change. Like some bands can just stick with the label, it just works and it's just fine. Some bands, there's bands out there I feel like, okay, they need something else. They need to go to something else, and it happens, you know, a good amount. But I feel like Artisan Era was like honestly the best pick because there's such a strong up and coming death metal label, and especially in the world of the music that you guys play, you know, tech death, they are it. And they're, you know, even expanding outside of that, but, you know, still keeping it metal. But, I mean, dude, you got Malcolm and Mike from Inferi who fucking crush it. They know what they're doing, you know, especially more so now than, you know, it's been, you know, the label's been around for a few years, but they have it like down right now, you know, they know exactly what they're doing and they know how to do it. And I feel like the label is like continuing to grow and get more fans of the label and the bands, and it helps out. So I feel like it was a good refresher for Archaic, you know, even like getting like this new logo, which was fucking sick, honestly. I still love looking at it.
Yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. Yeah, I felt like that it's kind of a new chapter. Like I talked to you about it like maybe going independent, maybe, should we go back
Yeah.
to Unique Leader? You worked for Unique Leader at the time, so I was kind of like, I didn't know how invested you were. You're also a booking agent for like another company, so
yeah. I tried to keep them separate. I was like, well, I'm there. I remember we were talking. I was like, dude, I'm there. Let's just keep it. Let's do another record. But then I still understood where you were coming. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, I get it. Like sometimes bands do want to try out the independent thing, and I think it's doable as long as the band has the money to invest in it, to pull it off. But
yeah,
I
think
the
bandwidth
that as well.
It's a lot of work to like put together the product, to do the distributing, the fulfillment, all that kind of stuff, and
also market it, get it out there. Get press for it, get interviews, reviews, premieres, whatever it may be. So it is a lot of work, but I think I really feel like you guys made the right move with Artisan, though. It's a great label.
Yeah,
and it's like,
me too.
But I mean, how many records did you guys do with Unique Leader? 4? 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's a lot. How many times did you meet Eric? Did you meet him? Was there?
I never met him in person.
No. See, that's the same with me. I never met Eric in person. I was literally about to, and then his health declined and all that went down, and which really fucking sucks. But yeah, I never got to see Deeds of Flesh live. Did you ever? You did, but that was like before you guys signed, right? That was before, yeah.
Yeah, saw him. I saw him on a bloodletting tour.
Oh shit!
It was Decrepit Birth and Severed and one other band, and I think it was Odious, and then Deeds was headlining.
Yeah. Dude, Deeds was... I mean, their new record fucking rips, but man, back in the day, that band was just like it. That was the band.
For reals, yeah.
They were the band. Everyone wanted to be Deeds.
Yeah, and so raw and powerful, and like natural recordings, and like Mike Hamilton, like...
Oh, yeah. He's incredible, dude. And he's such a cool guy.
Oh yeah,
he's a great guy.
We got to tour with Exhumed twice.
Twice, yeah.
And Mike does drums for Exhumed.
Yep.
And so that's how we got to at least know Mike.
Know him.
Yeah, and he was like very much in like kind of a part of Unique Leader too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was like some part of it as well. Going back to that Beyond Creation tour, which was technically the last tour you did, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did that go over? How do you feel that? You feel that tour helped the band get in front of like new people?
Yeah, for reals. Yeah, it was great. It was like the right people.
Yeah. I remember when we got presented that tour, I was like, "This is the right tour. This you got to say yes to this."
Yeah, no, it was one of the funnest tours too. Like it just went really smoothly. All the bands are a lot of fun to watch because they're all like everybody on that tour is like really skilled and just kind of like amazing to watch play.
Oh yeah, dude, they're all
Fallujah was on it, and
yep.
they've been homies for a long time because they're from California and Bay Area and stuff.
Yeah, Andrew's in here actually, or he was, or he might still be in here. His name's Sigma Caldera in here, who also streams. He's fucking crushing it. He's been doing that.
Busy on Twitch.
Oh yeah, he has been. Let's see. With the new record, what was the writing process like for this record? That like kind of differed from the past ones.
It was kind of. It's kind of hard to like. So we had Chris and Alex,
mm-hmm.
and they kind of have like different styles, kind of like they're both very technical.
Yeah,
they kind of have a little bit of different styles. So we and Chris's songs are more like straight, like a little bit more straightforward, not as like avant-garde or like weird or proggy.
Yeah,
they're just brutal and like kind of kick your ass.
Yeah. Very in your face.
Yeah, so we kind of had Chris do his songs and Alex do a few of his songs, and then me and Alex wrote a few songs together, like over here.
Yeah.
We would get together and just like start an Ableton file, and I just start programming some drums. And we wrote like, I think so 2 of the songs we co-wrote together.
Okay.
And one of them's like really technical and wild and kind of out there and like some really crazy riffs, but like really groovy. And then one song is almost like there's no Archaic song that I can kind of compare it to because it's way different. It's like,
oh no shit,
there's like no blast beats in it. Like it's like one of those songs.
Oh man.
And it's kind of like if there was a tech death ballad or something like that.
That would be it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to hear it, like,
yeah.
and you'll know what I'm talking about. But so it was kind of Chris writing his style of things, which is very Archaic already. That's why he was a perfect fit for the band.
Yeah, he just like fit the part for sure. So his style, right?
Yeah, and then Alex, the same thing. He's very technical and musical, and so his style fit as well. So you would probably not know that the songs were like written the way that they were.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because the way that they're kind of placed and in the track listing and the way they kind of flow. Mm-hmm. The whole album like flows into the next song, and it's kind of, we were trying to do like what we did with Metamorphic Ignition. Mm-hmm. Whereas like this, it's really entrenched in the concept and the vibe, and all the songs kind of morph into the next song.
Yeah, they just kind of flow into the next one, right?
Yeah, and so Chance never, he like stopped playing guitar and touring because like he really was just like, man, I don't have the discipline to play against tech death all the time anymore.
Yeah.
And he really got into sound design and making like computer music with all the like Ableton and all the things you can do, and like drum and bass and dubstep and electronic music and stuff.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so he's like went that route, but he still does some sound design. Like when you hear things that aren't guitar or bass or drums or vocals, like the other stuff.
Yeah.
That's usually
like
Chance. Yeah.
Really? So he's still like, Chance like still has like some part in the band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and me and him, we come up with the concepts together.
Yeah.
And we kind of bounce ideas off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's just way easier to, because we've been working with each other for so long. It's like, it's been really natural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that like never really stopped between you guys? No. When did he leave the band?
After our tour with Severed Savior in 2012.
Oh shit, okay. So wait, a while ago.
Yeah. Wow. When Craig left.
Yeah.
When Craig left, Chance was like, all right, I'm peacing out too.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Yeah. We started the band together.
Yeah. I have to deal with this now? No.
But you want people who want it. Like, you don't
want to
be in a band with somebody who's like, the fire's not there anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And it like happens, Like,
yeah, no, it does. It's so hard. I've said it before, and everyone knows this, but it's just so hard to keep a band with original members. It's like near impossible. Like there are still some, mostly older bands that do have majority original, but maybe not that many. I don't know, right? I think like I always bring up Ingested because they've been the same dudes besides their bassist left a few years ago, but they've just kept it a 4-piece. Who knows? They may have like a live bassist at some point, but who really knows? But even those guys now, they're like, if one of us leaves, if one of us is just like not feeling it anymore, the band's gonna be done. Like that's them. That's how they are.
Archspire is another good example of that.
Oh, are they all original?
Pretty much. Like, I guess they had a different bass player before Jared.
Yeah.
But they've always been on that level where it's like, we're either all doing this or nobody's gonna do Archspire. It's like, and that's like the ideal scenario. Like,
Yeah.
everybody wants that, like 5 dudes, forever kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we started so early, like we're never going to be the original band in the first place, because we just grabbed this like punk bass player who just like had a bass, and then like me and Chance had a friend that like could afford drums, so he bought drums.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, cool, we're like came up with the name, and like that's our band.
This will get it started.
Yeah.
You probably knew in the back of your mind, like, yeah, we're gonna need another bassist. We're gonna need a different drummer at some point,
Yeah, I'm just surprised that it's lasted this long, because it's just.
I mean, it's a lot to deal with. Like when you, like, oh, your guitar, or guitarist can't do a tour. This guy's done playing. This bassist's done, or whatever. It's like, oh, I gotta find another guy. I gotta teach him the shit, and it's like, it's definitely exhausting. And it even surprised me, like, even the band lasting this long. And I think like the guys that you have in it right now is very, very strong. And even like the last record is what really really made me a fan of the band. I dug the band before that, but the last record was the one that really pulled me in. And that's when we started talking and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy, I mean, was there times where you were just about to hang it up?
Yeah, like I
kind of close, or you're.
Yeah. There was.
Yeah.
But it was fleeting. It was like 2 weeks later, I'm just gonna be like, well, it's just my high school band. It was just me and Chance that started it anyways, and like I would play. If I were to do metal, I would play tech death, and I would do these concept albums. It's already what I like doing, so it doesn't make sense for me
to just put it to rest.
Yeah, because. Like I like the albums. Like we have a good catalog. Like I like playing those songs. So, so it's like, okay, we'll just like throw everything. Like get rid of everything, or just keep doing what I'm doing and find talented collaborators to write tech death with.
Yeah. I mean that's cool. I mean that's a good way to look at it too. I feel like that's what helped. Probably what kept it going.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah, I like touring. I like making music, so I'm gonna find people to do it with.
Yeah,
and you
exactly.
Can't force them to like sleep in a cold van and be away from their family, and like touring's not easy.
No.
It's like. It's not very glamorous. It's awesome when you're on stage and when you're at the show and stuff.
Yeah,
the rest of the
like
time
in the moment.
It's really brutal.
Yeah, no, it definitely can be. Some people are just like used to it and like perfectly fine with sleeping in a van or sleeping at random fucking houses, apartments, or hotels. Some people can't deal with that after a while. Some people are just like, I just can't do this anymore, And you can't even get mad at the person for that, because it's like, yeah, it is brutal.
Yeah.
But some people are just like, yo, I love doing this. That's it. It's easy for them. People don't. But everyone's different with how it is. Like, I don't think I could really. I definitely could not tour full time again. I wouldn't. But like go back on and be like a TM or some shit. But. Some people love doing it, Up until like recently, my friend Bryce, Bryce Lucian loved doing it, and he has a more stable job now at Blood Blessed, and he's even like, yeah, I don't know if I'd go back out. He's like, I'd probably go back out and do TM Devastation, but he's like, I don't know if I'd do anything else. The last band he toured with was Rings of Saturn, and he loved touring with them, and I think that's like a band he'd probably go out with again from time to time. But even him, he's like, I'm kind of just burnt out.
Yeah, and
but yeah,
that's why I think like the lifers, they're harder to come by.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Or just like the sacrifice you have to kind of make, where you kind of have to maybe leave a job.
Yeah, that you might like.
That you might actually like.
Yeah, you might actually like it. You have a good setup with that job. Your boss is cool. You like doing the shit you do there. You get paid decent, it's easy, or whatever, and it's like, shit, I gotta quit this.
Yeah. Yeah, or yeah, and then it's like you get that stuff and you're like, I think I smell a wife and kids coming. That sounds nice.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on one sec.
But yeah, I'm just grateful to be able to do it and to just keep making music.
Do you still like touring? Like on the Beyond Creation tour, for example, did like you and like the guys have a good time, like for the most part?
Yeah, no, I love touring.
Yeah.
Like that's like I'm always trying to tour.
Yeah, I've noticed that about you.
Yeah.
You're always
And
pretty much down.
yeah, and like sometimes it's not like looking back, maybe there's some tours that we should have turned down because they're almost like detrimental, or
Okay.
they weren't worth it because of whatever, a bunch of reasons. But I don't regret any of them. I still had a ton of fun, and I still like touring. I don't mind
You don't
sleeping
know.
in a van.
Yeah. How are the other guys? Are they like
They're all good. Yeah,
for the most part? I feel like they would be. They seem like it at least.
yeah, they're all they all understand it.
Yeah.
And they don't, they have like good heads on their shoulders. They get it. They get that there's like the work part, but then you can still have fun. But then we got to get to the show on time.
Yeah.
And,
Still got to be sort of responsible.
yeah, and like we got to. Somebody's got to be at the merch table, and we got to try to slang some merch and be good with money and the whole business part of it. That's something that like I feel like I've got better at the last few years of touring that I was like not good at all when I first started.
Yeah, no one really was.
Yeah,
I feel like it takes a while to like be responsible, or and also learn where to spend money, how to spend your money and how to, make sure you save it and try to come home with money so you and the guys can split it up and everyone can go home with like some sort of money to at least hold them over, maybe for like the next month or so they can get another job or go back to their current job to make more money, for them when you go on the next tour. They, you have money.
yeah,
you have your bills paid in advance so you don't have to worry about it when you're on the road. There's a lot of shit that goes into it. A lot of people don't realize. A lot of fans do not realize the shit a lot of bands sacrifice. That's why whenever I see comments like, why are you coming to my city, this and that, it's like, well, probably because they don't get paid like anything in your city. And some bumfuck time.
Yeah, literally nobody lives there.
I'm sorry. I tell every band I work with.
We just route it back just for you. Like,
yeah. Come pay us the extra X amount so we can do this.
yeah. We'll make it. Yeah, we'll work out a deal just for you.
Yeah. We had a good question. Give us a summary of the Archaic album storyline and how you came up with them.
Okay, yeah.
That's a little in depth.
Yeah, like hopefully I can make it coherent enough to get it.
Yeah.
It's basically, I mean, it's all based around the concept of like the hero's journey. Okay. That like all movies, if you watch even an Adam Sandler movie, it follows the hero's journey sort of thing. So the whole idea was like we want to like take every album and create this sort of hero's journey thing where we go from one place into a completely other place, and then we come back and there's something learned or gained from the experience.
Yep.
But it started with Chance actually. Chance was reading a book about astral projection. Okay. And he came up with this idea of he just started kind of free. I don't know where it came from, but he just started like downloading a bunch of lyrics into songs, and then he just showed up at band practice one day and he's like, I got like these 3 songs or so at the time, and here's the names. They're like different chapters. The main character's name is Cyrix. He lights himself on fire, and then he leaves his body, and so that's where it started with like Metamorphic Ignition, which was our second album. Yeah, it started where we created a character. The character's like living in this dystopian world, just like wants to check out. So he like does this, self-immolation kind of ritual, lights himself on fire.
Wow.
And then he leaves his body and journeys around the astral realms, guided by a couple these sirens called the Sirens and Electric Veils.
Yeah.
And one represents like good and light, and one represents like dark and evil.
Yeah.
And they take they take him to different places and kind of just like blow his mind and show him like the reality of things. And then they like he like makes it to this desert, goes behind this curtains, and these like giant curtains with these like beyond time, basically like time. He like transcends out of time, and then there's these like hourglasses, and he walks behind this curtain, and there's this giant octopus that's like the supreme deity of the universe that holds all matter together with its like infinite tentacles. And
wow,
so that's kind of like our like kind of our like part of the mythology is this octopus creature that like holds the universe together, and that Syrinx is like
very interesting.
Yeah, and Syrinx is like this chosen one, kind of, the Neo and the Matrix kind of thing, who like gets to see beyond what you can normally see with your limited state of consciousness, and then he comes back. He actually survives it, comes back, and then Lucid Dawn starts from there on, and so like that's where Lucid Dawn comes from, and then Nemethia, that's the one that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Our latest full album. That's like a continuation. So then Lucid Dawn is a whole nother story in itself, and then Nemethia is a whole nother story. So they're like books in a book series kind of thing.
That's rad. So that's just you're gonna continue that, I assume, into the next record?
Just infinitely until
infinitely, yeah.
Yeah, just fractally, just keep going.
That's fucking awesome. Had another question from Kathy. Does Jared have a favorite Archaic album?
My two. If I had to have a favorite, it would be like Metamorph Ignition, because that's when I feel like I was most like I had already made one album. Well, we did one self-released album that's like I'm not super proud of, that never got like released. We made like a few like, just, like copies of it.
Yeah. So it's not online like anywhere.
You can it's on YouTube, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. Figure it's probably on YouTube.
Yeah, like you can listen to it. It's me on drums, because I tried to be the drummer. I tried to be everybody in the band at some point.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing. Like I started me and Chance with guitar, and then we couldn't find a singer that was actually good, and we're like, okay, well, they don't have to look the part. They just have to be like decent at singing.
Yeah.
And like surprisingly, like we couldn't find somebody, but we wrote music, and then we went to make demos, and we didn't have a singer, so I just tried doing it, and then realized that I could kind of do it, and we recorded another demo, just songs, and then I did the vocals for that, and then I was still like, I don't know if I want to be. I wasn't comfortable with being a vocalist. At
that time. So, wait, you started out as the guitarist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the guitarist.
Yeah, and I never wanted to be a vocalist. I wanted to be the drummer, really. If I had to pick, like I love playing drums. It's like my favorite instrument to play.
Yeah.
So we tried to get a vocalist again, and I was just gonna play the drums, because we also had a hard time finding a drummer that was like disciplined enough to like learn the double bass and
learn all. Yeah.
Yeah, just like sit there for hours and do double bass. So I was like, screw it, I'll do it, and bought a drum set with like I graduated high school with all my money from graduation. I bought a drum set, and I was like, all right, I'll do the drums.
Wow.
Yeah, tried that for a couple years, and realized that I should just be singing anyways, and we should find a drummer who's like got way more experience than I do.
Yeah.
Because we want to sound like Decrepit Birth.
Yeah, you want to be
like
on that caliber of a band.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we need a
that
drummer.
level.
And then so that we went through a few drummers, and then that whole thing. But Metamorphic Ignition is probably my favorite album because it's like the most cohesive, and it was really inspired, and where I was like starting to kind of mature as like a music maker.
Yeah.
But then Lucid Dawn, the one after that.
I love that record. That's a great one too. Yeah.
That one was where I learned like that you can have these really technical parts that are really cool to listen to and like for your brain, but like in a live setting.
Yeah. It's like
people just want caveman riffs. They just want to go ape shit. That's what they really want. They want a headbang.
Yeah. They want a pit.
And they want a pit, so if you get a headbanging like pit kind of riff going, and then 2 seconds later you change it up into a 9/16 augmented scale just to shove a scale in between a riff, then it kind of kills the vibe in a live setting with the energy and stuff.
Yeah.
So Lucid Dawn, I wanted to try to make more like still technical death metal. We're not going to not be technical death metal, but kind of focus on structure and kind of building the energy at parts and having really heavy breakdowns that last long enough. And so a couple of those songs from that album are like my favorite to play live because they just go over really well.
They get the crowd going.
Yeah, they have dynamics. They have parts where it's like the energy kind of like builds, and then they have like the release. They have good release parts.
Yep. No, it is a great fucking record.
So yeah, those are my two. Nemethy is cool, but it's really heady, and it is. I
like it a lot though.
Yeah, it's like it's very like interesting to listen to for a guitar player. And it's got a lot of really cool vocal parts and lyrics that I really like, but I always feel like some of the songs that we've tried to play just they don't stick to a certain part long enough. Yeah, I could see that for sure with that record. Going back to that Cannibal Corpse tour you did. Yeah.
That was, what year was that Cannibal Corpse tour? Was that
2012, the Torture tour.
The Torture tour. How was that? And like how did that happen for you guys? How was that like brought to you guys? Did the label get it for you, your agent at the time, or how did that go down?
It was Eric Lindmark.
Coming
through for the young guns.
He had that pull, man. He had that pull, you know.
He did, man. He had the respect from those guys, and they liked taking out Unique Leader bands. Yeah.
Dude, Unique Leader, yeah. I mean, talking about the label again, I mean, the history behind Unique Leader is insane. So it was definitely, you know, a pleasure working with him. We had a very good relationship, Eric and I. You know, he was so open to new ideas and even newer bands. Like he's the one that found Brand of Sacrifice, for example, like a newer style deathcore band, and so many people thought like he wasn't like behind the signing of that band and even others of that style, and it was like, no, that was him. Like he signed Brand of Sacrifice, he found them, he found Signs of the Swarm, you know. But aside from that, how was that tour? I mean, was that kind of crazy at that time when you got, you know, when Eric hit you up and was like, you want to tour Cannibal Corpse?
Yeah, dude. Like, it was the craziest shit ever. We had done one tour. So this is how it happened. Our first tour was 2010 with Brain Drill.
Oh, shit. So that was your first one?
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was bloodletting. It was a bloodletting.
Bloodletting tour, cool.
And Flesh Consumed and another younger band that Eric had just signed called Halo of Gunfire.
Okay, doesn't ring a bell. But
yeah, they had a very
short-lived.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
one of those.
Yeah. But so we did that tour, and then Eric hit us up, and he's like, "Hey, do you guys want to tour with Black Dahlia Murder for our second tour?"
Oh.
And we were like, "What?" Like,
excuse me?
yeah, like that was a trip. So we did that tour. It was it wasn't a full month. It was like 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
That was like the first time like touring with the big dogs and still not knowing what we're doing.
Yeah. I didn't even know you did that tour. I don't know how I missed that one.
Yeah, it was what album was it? It was shoot. Ritual?
20
No, not Ritual.
What year was that? 2012 you said?
This was 2011.
2011. Okay, let's say Black Dahlia Murder wiki. Let's go back in time with Black Dahlia Murder. Discography, studio albums. So it had to be Ritual.
Was it? Yeah, it was.
That came out in 2011.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
It was that tour. Tony Cole did the artwork. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That album. So they took us out, showed us the way. Super cool guys.
Yeah.
Still friends with them to this day.
Yep.
That was the big eye opener tour where we kind of saw how a professional band did it. Goat Whore was on it too, and they had just been touring for eons at the time.
Yeah, very seasoned band. Goat Whore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that tour. That was great. And then Eric, I think they wanted to take Deeds of Flesh out or something like that, and they're like, or it might have been also Disgorge. And
oh, okay. It was
the
Disgorged.
bands
They couldn't
What's
do
that?
it. Yeah, because Disgorged was on Unique, right? At that time too?
Yeah.
Right, they've always been.
And yeah, they couldn't do it, so we're like next in line as like the younger band who's like telling Eric, we want a tour.
Yeah.
If you can get tours, we'll take them.
We'll do it.
Any kind.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
hungry
and
young
then-
band.
Yeah. And then he sent us email, and we were just tripping out. We're like, what? Like our third tour
Is
ever?
Black Dahlia Murder?
is Cannibal. It was like Black
Oh, it was
Dahlia
Cannibal,
Murder,
yeah.
and then Cannibal.
That's fucking, yeah. So you went from Black Dahlia Murder tour and then went and did a fucking Cannibal tour. How far apart were those tours?
Not that far apart.
Like a few months?
Yeah, because I think it was late 2011 was the Black Dahlia one, and then it was like spring 2012 was the Cannibal Corpse
Wow.
one.
That's, yeah. Doing those, going out with those bands like back to back, it's just fucking insane, dude.
Yeah,
That's literally insane.
It was crazy. Like I could have retired happy after that.
Yeah.
It was,
Band could have broke up and be like, all right, that was cool.
yeah. And so, and it kind of almost did, but then I was like, no,
Really?
I'm not done.
Yeah.
A couple guys left after. Well, Chance and Craig left late 2012 after this really like shot Severed Savior tour.
Wow. Okay.
Really fun, but really shot.
Yeah. Came home in the hole, I assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just like, all right, I got
This is
I
bad.
the debt's crushing me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get my life in order, and
It happens.
So, yeah. But then after that, we did a few more tours. We got one with Psychroptic.
Oh, sick! Yeah, another great.
That was
band.
another Bloodletting.
Oh, okay. It was the psych. Okay, yep. Maybe I think Stefan may have booked that one.
I think he did.
I think that's the one he did. He did a few bloodlettings. I don't know who did them before that, and then I did 3. Did I do Origin, Decrepit, Birth, Shit Show, and then you remember what happened with that one?
Is that the one that Bill broke his leg?
His hip.
Yeah. Or his hip? Yeah.
Second show.
Second show.
Second
Oh my
show,
God.
Jared.
The headliner? Weren't they the headliner?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, but
I remember
yeah.
when that happened. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. You should have seen my response. I got like 2 bands from like Europe here and shit. I'm like, oh my fucking god, are you serious, Bill? And then he was like, I'm gonna do the rest of the tour. I'm gonna do the rest of the tour. I'll do it in a wheelchair. I'm like, you broke your fucking femur, bro. You ain't going nowhere.
No, you're not.
You're in your 50s. I love you. I love your band to death. But it ain't happening, dude. Even if you're in your 30s or 20s, it ain't happening. It doesn't matter. No. What you broke is gonna make you stay the fuck home for months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that one, and I did the Disentomb one. So I booked 3 bloodlettings, and then I think Steph booked a few before that. It's funny because I went from like Steph, and then Eric was like, "Would you want to do bloodletting?" I don't think Steph really wants to. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And we did, Origin, Arc Spire. Who else was on that? Visceral Disgorge was on it.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it was a great lineup. Went really well. The Decrepit Birth one was a fucking disaster. It's still, I mean, we toughed it out. Bands toughed it out. It did okay. And then Disentomb was a great one. A lot of fun. Bands had a fucking blast on that one. But yeah, so that Psychroptic tour was a bloodletting one. Was that the only bloodletting tour Archaic did?
That and that first one with Brain Drill. Those
Brain
were
Drill,
two,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just those 2.
That was such an insane band too, Brain Drill, when they came out.
Oh, yeah.
That was like mind-blowing band. That was the band I remember finding out about them and be like, what the fuck am I listening to? And why do I like it so much?
Yeah. It was really good, and
yeah,
it was
man.
death metal, like it, because there had been like Beneath the Massacre.
Yes.
And there'd been some stuff that's like technically on that level.
Yeah,
but
fast.
It had a more death metal feel, and it was so fast, and it was just gravity blasts for days.
I think that's when I learned about like what a gravity blast was. I think that's when I found, like, was told, because I was like, what is he doing on the drums? Because that's not a blast. I mean, it is like a blast beat, but I'm like,
why is he like on the rim? Like
what is he doing? It's fucking insane. But yeah, I'll do that band, man. That had to be how were they live? That was a band I never saw live. That's another one. I mean, did they pull it off live?
I would say that they did.
Yeah.
Obviously, with any kind of music like that, it's not gonna be like it is when you listen like to the with headphones onto the CD.
Yeah,
like
of course. It's
quantized and
yes,
edited and stuff. But I mean, the songs were there. The songwriting was solid for being so technical.
Yeah, it really was, man. I got to go back and listen to them again. It's been a few years. But
this was maybe like this. It was kind of like the second incarnation of the band, and they had turned down quite a few tours. Because they got strip searched at the Canadian border, and it was like it wasn't a moment that the founders of the band are like super proud of or stoked on. Like I remember it kind of like made a big impact on them to not on tour, and so they had this wave where of popularity. YouTube was just kind of starting to be like the thing. They had videos, and they got really popular. And unfortunately, I feel like their wave like crashed, and like they didn't end up riding it all the way in.
I really thought that when that came out, that band was like turning a lot of heads. Like all my friends, like everybody was like talking about Brain Drill, and if they held it together, they could have fucking blown up. Because that was Brain Drill was the most ridiculous shit I think I've ever heard back then.
They did sound really good. The singer was the same singer, and the guitar player was the same guitar player. They had Ron Casey from Inanimate Existence on drums.
Oh shit, I forgot he played with them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they had Ivan Munguia on bass.
Oh.
who, after that first tour that we did with Brain Drill,
Yeah.
were like, hey, Ivan, we just got offered to do a Black Dahlia murder tour. Do you want to come with us and play bass?
Yes.
Our bass player had left like 4 days early on our first tour and was like,
really?
fuck it, I'm going to college. So we at the end of our first tour, we were like already needing a bass player, and then Brain Drill was not going to tour after this, or like Ivan was like, yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
On this camp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, we
got
offered
this
to do Black Dahlia. You want to do that? So that's when Ivan joined, and he's like Craig. He's like a mastermind with death metal and like he guitar and bass.
Mm-hmm.
That's so wild, he was a big. He helped make Metamorphic Ignition, and even Lucid Dawn. Really
he was
sick.
A part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rad. Yeah, you definitely had some really good players with the band. I mean, you still do to this day. I mean, the guys you have now are fucking phenomenal. Alex will forever wear long sleeves.
Forever.
I don't think I've ever seen him in a short sleeve before.
I don't think he owns one.
I don't think he does. It's crazy to have that many long sleeves, you know?
It is, yeah. But he rocks it. He's got a style where
he does, man. He can
totally works.
Yeah, he can't get rid of that. If he walks out on
long sleeves,
I can't either. I feel weird. Yeah. Like I can wear a hoodie, that feels fine, right? Yeah, but like when you put a long sleeve shirt on, you're like, I'm just like, what? I don't understand this.
And I feel really metal, especially if it's got like metal logos down the sides.
Yeah, it has that.
Like I have a couple sick long sleeves, and when I put them on, like I definitely feel more metal. But I don't know. Like
I love that.
You can't like take like I just
weird.
like short sleeve and hoodie, so you can kind of adjust to the temperature.
The temperature,
the
exactly.
Off if you're hot, put it on if you're cold.
That's it.
Simple.
Does he wear long sleeves under hoodies?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's got to. He doesn't own anything else. There's got to be. What if he just sneaks a short sleeve or even a tank top?
No one ever realizes it.
Yeah.
If he comes out on stage with a tank top, if I see you guys and he walks out on stage with a tank top, I'm like, no, hold on. Go back and change.
Yeah, Alex, go wardrobe.
You're going to see the whitest arms in history.
Yeah, he's a white guy.
I love him.
For sure. He's sick, dude. He's a monster, man. He writes so much music. Like he's playing guitar.
I see his videos all the time too. I always watch them. I'm like, oh, Alex video. Press play.
Yeah, and he's
had reps, man.
Yeah, he's had this band Desiderium. It's a solo project for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's put out like a bunch of albums, and he put out one recently that like I've been seeing. I'm sure people listening to this right now know what I'm talking about. Like he's gotten a lot of more attention from this album. This latest Desiderium album.
I feel like I did listen to it when it came out. I got to go back to it though.
Yeah, and then he just posted the other day that he's like, all right, I'm done with another Desiderium album. I'm just hit the final record button. I'm like, dude, how do you do albums so fast?
Yeah, how are you writing this shit so quick? He's just he's a monster. Where does everyone live in the band again? I know you're up in San Jose, right?
Yeah, so I'm in Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Alex is in Arizona, Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Chris is in Reno. Nathan's in Seattle.
Oh yeah. So you guys are all spread apart.
Yeah.
Kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
It can be, right?
Yeah, I mean, me and Nathan got into the groove when it came to like writing, and him being from a distance, like basically because I was using Zoom like way before the pandemic. Just because my friend had showed it to me, and I was like, this is really useful since my band members live somewhere else. I feel
they're all over the place.
Yeah, like this is a way we can get together and kind of like at least sort of strategize together and get on the same page. Yeah. And since you can do remote control in Zoom, I have like I work in Ableton, and I got like Superior Drummer, and like I'll take guitar profiles, turn them into MIDI, reamp them with the plugin, and basically be able to
Okay.
play
You
real
can,
like do a lot of cool stuff
yeah,
with our pre-production.
that's rad.
Yeah, and then Nathan, me and him would get on a Zoom call, and I would give him remote control of my computer, and then he'd be
Oh,
programming drums on my computer from Seattle. I had all the
that's
software.
yeah, that's crazy, dude. Makes it
Yeah,
very easy.
yeah, and yeah, so we could kind of work together, like songwriting wise or structure. It was really easy to work together, and then
Yeah.
he could program them exactly how he wanted,
Mm-hmm.
without having to get all the extra software. Like he's doing a lot more stuff now because this was a while ago.
Yeah.
But I would just like start a Zoom call, and I'd be, all right, you good? All right, I'm gonna go. I'll be back in 2 hours. And he just had to come back, and he'd be like programming drums. I'd be like, where are you at? Cool. Like,
All right.
nice,
Sick.
cool project. Good
Thank
progress.
you. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Make it a lot easier.
That's kind of how we made it work with the distance thing.
Yeah. Do you guys, I know we talked about this a couple months ago when we had a catch-up call. Do you guys, Greg was asking, does Archaic have any plans for maybe a live stream during these wild times?
It's our
Have you
wild
got-
times. That is true.
Ain't that for sure.
um,
Have you been
Yeah,
thinking about it more?
I think we want to get this album out of the way. Like that's the
And
number
then-
one priority.
Yeah. And then try to pull everyone together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally down to do a live stream. It's got to be done. Like, I don't want to do it half-assed though. Like, it's not like
Yeah.
we can like grab an acoustic guitar and like, all right, guys, like, Archaic Unplugged.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, like I've seen like those like quarantine videos you can do, but I'm always like, nah, they're cool, I guess. I'd rather see everybody in the same fucking room if possible.
Well, yeah, like
same
ideally,
area.
yeah, ideally that's what it would be. It'd be like in the same room and then ran through a board with like mixing and so
Yeah.
it sounds good. Like if you were to plug your like headphones into the soundboard at a venue
Mhm.
and you can hear like everything. And I know it's possible. I don't know how to do it, but I know it's.
I know like there's this spot in NorCal. I don't know where exactly, but it's called Fang Studios. That I've been doing like live streams, and I think they have like this setup to be able to do it. I think the way to go about it though, so you don't have to do it actually like live, like like how we're doing this right now. It says that this is live. Have it pre-recorded, so you guys can then fuck with all the sound settings to make it sound good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's
Yeah.
like a spot that I've heard of.
It's
out there.
the audio quality is probably gonna be a lot better if you can mix it in post and
Yeah, like after the fact, you can go and sit down and then mix the whole thing.
and play it back, because like streaming all that audio, I don't know.
I just don't think it won't sound that great.
That's kind of how I feel. I don't know if we're there yet to be able to make that like high quality, like just as if you're listening to a recording,
Yeah.
but it's live. Like I would like to do it live. Like that would be cool. Like,
Well,
I
it
feel
would
like
still
we
be
could-
like technically live, but you're able to like kind of tweak things and volumes of everybody and make it sound better and more clear.
yeah.
You
Then
know.
maybe you can do some stuff like in between songs, like Q&As, or kind of like some more interactive
Exactly.
stuff.
Kind of like Audio Tree. You ever watched videos of bands from Audio Tree?
Yeah.
I think that stuff is their setup is pretty rad. Like Wolf King did one, which was fucking cool and it sounded great. Great band.
Entheos.
Entheos, yeah. And I've seen them do like Q&As too with the band. I don't know if they do it with every band. I saw them do it with this band that I work with from Denmark called Cabal, where after every song they ask some questions and kind of like hang out and then go into the next song. talk about each song, what they're about, you know, which I think is really fucking cool.
Yeah, same.
But to find like a spot like that, like their setup and whatever studio they use is fucking great because it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
And their camera, it seems like it's pretty high quality everything. Like
yeah, very high quality. It's definitely rad. Even Greg mentioned Rapture recordings. Cody could be a good idea too. Where is that? I forget where Rapture. You know Cody, who's in the drummer of Spite? I forget. What's Cody's last name, Greg? I forget his last name. I'm terrible at names. Rapture Recordings is somewhere in NorCal.
Hayward, it looks like Hayward.
Is that where it is?
Rapture Recording Studio.
Let me look it up. Let's see. Rapture. Let me make sure this. Yeah, this is the right spot. Hayward. Yeah, Cody Fuentes. Fuentes. Really cool dude, and he's done a lot of stuff there, like live stuff, like Wolf King. Wolf King just put out like a live video there. They did in the studio, which came out great. I know Spite has done a few. Could be a cool idea.
Yeah,
one to look into for the few, later on down the line after like the record comes out or something.
Yeah, I mean, I like how it's maybe in the like going into the future, since having like a home entertainment experience of live music has just been like normalized in a way now, just for the whole last year or something. Like, hopefully that doesn't go away, and then bands can kind of have a hybrid model where they can either like live stream a show on tour, or when they're off tour, they can do ticketed live streams, kind of to fill the
gaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Make a little money, keep them afloat. That'd be rad. Yeah, I could see venues really doing that too. It's a really good idea.
Yeah, like having something just built in where it's like, okay, well, you guys can, you're playing a show here, but we have live streaming capabilities.
Yeah, and you could literally have the show with people there, but also live stream it and like sell tickets for it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe people are.
Yeah, structure it.
People are down to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, it could bring the band some extra revenue, and give a cut to the venue, obviously, and then the band takes a cut. Do like $10.
Merch guy, give it to the merch guy.
Yeah.
Give it to the driver, and then give it to the bartender. The bar cut.
The bar cut. The merch rate. Yeah.
Give it to taxes for the city.
You're leaving with nothing.
Small business tax. I don't know.
So, when do you see the? Or actually, we had a question before. Someone asked. Hold on. It was, what's the best album for somebody new to sit down and listen to from Archaic? If you had to suggest, like, okay, this person's never listened to an Archaic record, which one would you give them to listen to?
Yeah, Metamorphignition, the 2012 album.
To intro them into the band. That would be a good start, yeah.
That's where the whole story and the concept starts. The album before that was like us just getting our ideas out. And then, like, kind of just doing, like, getting kind of the idea of what we want to do out, and some of the older songs that we had recorded. Mm-hmm. So like some of the songs in the first album, there's older versions you can find of them where they're like the songs slightly different, or we like added a new section or changed the tempo or revamp them for the first album. And then once we were like, okay, well, we don't have any more songs now. We used all our songs for our first album, so we got to write new ones.
Yeah.
And that's like Metamorphignition and then Lucid Dawn. They all kind of go together, so I'd do it in that order.
Gotcha. That's good. Nice. You saved it on Spotify. Perfect.
Nice. Appreciate it.
Let me know
what you think.
Yes. So, I guess when do you see the new record coming out? Like later this year?
Probably like late summer, fall.
Yeah.
Probably. This is like, we've done like a record every 2 years.
Yep.
And like,
yeah, I've noticed that.
This is the first time it's been more than 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's like going on 17, 18, 19, 20. It's going on 4 years.
Yeah.
So
must feel weird.
Feels a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also at this point, like I think in the past I was like, well, we need to make new music. Like we need to put out a new record because it's been 2 years. That's what you do.
Yeah, like every 2-3 like max years.
Yeah, which I was like, that's always been the plan, and that always was the plan. But like, there's been a bunch of setbacks and like obstacles.
Oh well, yeah,
since,
especially in the past year.
Yeah, yeah.
More so than anything.
Yeah, and so I just want it to be really good. So I'm gonna take, we're like taking our time with it, like not like rushing anything.
Yeah, no, that's good.
You can only record it. You only get one chance, like to.
Yeah.
With an album, you can never go back and so
yeah.
I just want to make sure that we're really happy with it.
Yeah, you want to make sure every song is up to par, and you're stoked on everything.
But we do have a little sneak peek. We do have some native flute, different world flutes. We have a friend that plays all sorts of different flutes from different cultures.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Okay.
I joke that he's like my personal shaman. Like, you need like a gym trainer.
Yeah.
And then you need like a business coach, and then you need a shaman.
Yeah.
Visionary stuff.
For the visionary stuff, yeah. That's fucking rad.
So we actually have a song on the new album that's really heavy.
Okay.
And brutal, but it's got like wings to it because it's got like these different flutes on it.
Yeah.
And kind of the flute carries it through a bunch of different parts, and so it's gonna have a crazy vibe because it's gonna have like that native flute kind of a spiritual vibe, but with like really heavy, like slamming kind of music.
Damn, I'm definitely interested to hear that. That's rad.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So with going into, I wanted to bring up like the marketing classes you've taken with Modern Musician. What can you tell us about that, and how that's been, or how did you get into doing that? How did you find out about it?
So I kind of, for the last few years, I've always thought that like I need to find somebody smarter than me that's like knows stuff that I don't know. Yeah. And I've always heard that like successful people they find mentors, or they find people who have been like through the experiences and kind of have more experience than you, so they can kind of help guide you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're out there.
I was really receptive to that idea, and then I came across Modern Musician from a Facebook ad, and like I applied for like a strategy session, like a free like strategy session, and met this guy Michael Walker, who founded Modern Musician, and his whole idea was like he had been really successful with his band, and he was having a kid and didn't want to be on tour all the time.
Yeah.
And like he's really really smart, like could definitely be a doctor or something like that. I think his parents wanted him to like be a dentist or something.
Yeah.
But he was like, well, it'd be cool to have like a business where I can help other musicians.
Okay.
With the experience that I've had.
Yeah.
So basically, I signed up for like a 3-month like one-on-one coaching program with him, and realized that we had a lot in common. Like our stories were really the same. We had both been touring for like 10 years, and he showed me like a lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of as far as like marketing concepts, and different strategies and stuff.
Yep.
And that was a really cool experience. We connected, became pretty good friends. And then I went on tour again, and then like he came out to some shows, and then he started to get into a position where he was getting more clients that he could personally handle. So he needed to like start building a team. And I was like, well,
hi.
I'm down. tell me what to do and where to go. And
tell me how to do this.
Yeah. And he had taught me how to use Facebook ads, which is like paid traffic. Like there's two types of traffic. There's organic traffic,
and there's
like
paid.
All the people on this stream, organic. Like you're not paying for it. It's organic traffic. A YouTube video is like organic traffic.
Yeah.
It'll just keep showing it to people over and over for the lifetime of the YouTube video.
Yeah.
But like social media ads are paid traffic.
Yeah.
And if you know how to do it right, you can really leverage it to in a lot of ways. So Michael taught me that, and then so we set up these specific type of campaigns for people who come through this like 3-month program, and we have coaches that specialize in different things, and and so like they'll have these artists will have a session with one coach, kind of like the first one's really like honing in on their artistic identity, their like core story, so they can kind of merge that into their branding and their marketing and everything. So we've kind of developed this really cool system where we do all the heavy lifting, teach artists how to create these automated systems. So everything's what we do is really heady. Like there's a whole software stack involved. There's lots of automations between email, and the campaigns. They're evergreen too. So like an album launch is like a one-time thing, but we kind of build these evergreen like marketing systems that kind of find people who like your music, introduce it to them, and then bring them into your universe. They sign up for your email. We're really big on building email lists.
Yeah, I think so.
If Facebook goes away and everybody leaves it, or Instagram or whatever's next, there's no ways that you can get your followers back if everybody leaves the platform that you're on, unless you have their email, and everybody has email.
Yeah, it literally. Yeah.
So
it's a great way to, a great thing for bands to build is an email list.
Yeah. You just got to incentivize, giving somebody to give you their email list.
Yeah.
Or email
for the list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's taken up, it's really fun. Get to work with all kinds of artists from different genres and different walks of life. And
yeah, because you were were you just like a student at first?
Yeah.
Right. And then after a little while, you obviously built this relationship with him, and now you're actually working for a modern musician. Right. So how long have you been with him, technically?
A year now.
Oh wow! Damn, time flies.
Yeah.
So
it does.
Yeah, it does. I feel like we were just talking about this the other day.
I know. Yeah. Right. Outside of where were we at?
Come and Take It. I think.
Come and Take It live.
Yeah. Mailing lists may feel old school, but it really makes a difference. You are right. A lot of bands are starting to do it again. I mean, I pick up on it. I think it's key. I like,
It goes in and out of style, I guess. Yeah. Or, people thought that email was dead and it's not important and it's all about social. And then they take your organic reach. After everybody adopts the platform, they change the algorithm, take the organic reach away. And now you've got a ton of people out there that you can reach for if you know how to do it right. And I'm not talking about boosting a post. This is like running campaigns in ads manager.
Yeah, it's more than just totally click and boost and doing it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But email, the one thing I heard recently about email is it's the only thing that has a bottom. Like when you have an Instagram or everything, it's just endless. It never has a bottom. It's scroll forever.
That's all it is.
Email actually has an end to it.
It does. Yeah, exactly.
It's like its own kind of thing.
Its own thing. Yeah, exactly. So that's right. So you've been keeping up with that. What are I guess some tips you can give some bands to help them with marketing?
Yeah.
Should we say they should check out Modern Musician?
Yeah, send me a DM if you want to check out Modern Musician, or if you want to learn about it.
I think that's you obviously you started as a I guess you could say a student for it, and it obviously worked everything you learned and then started doing with your own band and whatnot definitely worked. So I definitely believe you. But there are, I mean, I've always known that, I mean, when I do at like, you compare an ad, like you do like boost a post compared to going in the back end and go through ads manager and do it that way, there is a difference.
Yeah, split testing.
Testing.
You know, that's something I learned about.
Yeah.
Using the machine learning that they have with lookalike audiences, building like robust lookalike audiences.
Mm-hmm.
That's really like the magic of Facebook ads and Instagram. Like it's the same thing, but it's like you can either reach people through the people who follow you, like your audience. But how do you reach new people?
Yes.
Like that haven't heard of you before.
Yes. So that's
one way to do it. Yeah, and one way to do it for really like for fractions of a penny, for a few dollars a day, is through Facebook ads. So I could go way into a rabbit hole with that, but it's not very entertaining.
That'd be something else. That'd be like you got to do that one-on-one.
Yeah, like if you want, I'll do a Facebook ads masterclass one of these days, and you know,
I would be down to be a part of that. Definitely.
Yeah, because it's very underutilized, and it's not that hard to learn. People just needs, like me, I needed somebody who knew how to use it and to show me how to use it. But I mean, the information is out there.
Yeah.
It's just too much information.
There's too much. Yeah, exactly. No, it's rad. Everyone definitely check out Modern Musician. And if you're in a band, hit up Jared.
Hit me up.
Nevi had a question. If Jared could do a collab with any artist in the world, who would he pick?
Dang.
That's kind of a hard one, right?
Yeah. I don't know, like Gojira.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
That'd be fucking wild.
Actually, like, keep your eyes out for something coming soon, because actually I haven't done very many collaborations or anything like that. I've always just kind of done Archaic.
I noticed that, yeah.
But I have a song coming out by a particular band that hasn't put out music in a long time. That everybody really wants another album from.
Okay.
Can you guess who it is? Let's see if anybody can guess who it is.
Oh, dude. From a band. They haven't put out
how long? Technical death metal band. They're like the kings of tech death, but
oh my god. I want to say Animosity, but it's probably not.
No, not Animosity. European. I'll give you that.
Oh, European. Necrophagus. We could only.
It is, yeah. It is Necrophagus.
Wait, what? What? You're fucking.
I'm not doing a collab with them, but Mendel from ex-aborted guitarist.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He hit me and Ben from Shadow of Intent up.
Oh wow.
To do a cover of a Necrophagus song.
Wow. Okay.
He's like into production.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah, he wanted to like do a modern, like a really like high-end modern take on one of the songs from the first album.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So did you guys do it already?
We did, yeah.
Wow. It's you and Ben on vocals. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Ben's fucking gnarly, man.
Yeah, it's like
love that dude.
I don't know if I'm making the song any better by being on it when you have him.
Yeah, he's so funny.
But I'll take what I can get, you know.
I mean, why? Yeah, exactly. When do you see that coming out? In the next few months or something? I know.
Yeah, it should be. Like it's one song that's taken forever to get done.
Yeah.
But we did our vocal parts, and we're just waiting on, I guess, an edit. Like, and we did playthroughs of it, so it's gonna be like a video.
Oh,
and the song will be like, I think it'll be on Spotify. Like, I think Mendel got like the rights to release it as a cover.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But that's one cool collab that I didn't see coming.
Yeah. So you got like, it was just like random. You got hit up randomly from him. Yeah. And he was just like, "You want to do this?"
Well, we toured with Aborted.
Yeah, I know.
that one
So
tour, and
yeah.
that's where we became friends. And he always gave me compliments on
cool,
vocals
man.
and stuff. And then he really likes Ben, of course. Like, how can
How
not?
can you not? Yeah, I know.
So he hit us up, and it took us forever to like actually get the parts recorded because we were so busy, and like Ben was moving at some point,
Yeah,
and stuff. But
yeah, I had Ben on here for an episode. It was great. He's such a chill dude. Like he is so relaxed and like laid back.
Yeah, and like humble.
A very humble dude. Like I can't wait to meet the dude one day. But yeah, he is a gnarly fucking vocalist. He is for the younger guys, he is probably like the best out right now.
Yeah, maybe
Right.
I think he's even with the older guys.
Yo, he's up there, bro. He's something else. And I always knew that when Shadow of Intent when I first heard about them years ago, they were just like an internet band, you know? And their old drummer Matt showed me the band, and I'm like, you guys have to like, wait, you're not gonna play shows? You know? I was like, you're not gonna take this any more serious? He's like, he wanted to, right? But he's like, yeah, I don't think the other guys like really want to yet or something. He's like, I'm not sure. He's like, I'm not sure. I'm like, you have to. You have to do this. And now
he's their old drummer?
Yeah. I think Matt was the original. He's in Oceano now. I could not pronounce his last name if you asked me. Starts with a K, I'm pretty sure. Someone in chat probably knows. Maybe someone knows how to spell it. But yeah, he was in the band. I think he was original. I feel positive about that. But yeah, he was. I remember when he showed me the band, I was just like, damn, dude. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
The crush, man.
Like,
and they're only getting better too. Like they're still very, very like kind of a younger band.
They are. They're still fairly young. Not like that young, but they've been around for like what, 5 years now?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
So, like it's probably been a while.
Yeah. But I mean, they didn't start. Their first show was like what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like like I love their story and just like going from not touring to selling out an entire tour. Like some of these venues,
a lot of those shows sold out. Yeah, on that headliner before the pandemic, they did was wild, dude. Wild, blew everyone away.
Yeah. They built their audience before they toured, which is like a kind of smarter way to do it.
Well, yeah, and it's like I feel like it's easier to do that now. I think maybe
I feel like it is and it isn't, because you still gotta do a lot of work to build the audience online.
For sure, yeah. Your music has to really stand out. Like not like a lot, but like Shadow really stood out, and there's other bands too. But like you gotta your music has to stand out in some sort of way, and it has to be really fucking good, and you have to have really good, even like videos and just everything. It has to be very, to attract people to it. When I heard Shadow of Intent, I was like, that's a sick band name.
Right.
And I was like, that's a cool logo. Let me list, but I was presented the band from Matt, but even when he told me about the band, I was like, that's a cool name. Wow, let me listen to this. And then after I listened, I was like, wow, all this shit. I mean, everything, artwork looks sick. The record sounds great. And it's just
the vocals are crazy.
Vocals are nuts. I'm like, this kid's fucking wild. Who is he? Yeah. Where did he come from? Yeah. Who the fuck wrote these songs? Is he from another band? No. Chris is in Currents, but you wouldn't expect a dude from Currents who's like a metalcore band who's really good for that style. I like Currents, but you wouldn't expect that guy to be writing shit like Shadow of Intent at all.
Yeah, whatever he's doing. He's doing it. Like he's probably just one of those kind of guys who can probably make any kind of music.
Oh yeah,
probably make
he's a prodigy.
Sick trap music if you wanted to.
Exactly. Oh man, but that's rad. So damn, got a Necrophagus cover coming out with you and Ben on vocals. I can't wait to fucking hear it. You got to send me that when it's done, man. I got to hear that.
I think I have a
Like a
unfinished version of it I can send you.
Please. I will not show anyone. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Don't leak it.
I can't leak it.
But you heard it here.
But if you pay
on DeFonce Talks Metal.
Well, awesome, man. Thank you so much for doing this today with me. It's been great to catch up, learn more about the band, some stuff I had no idea of, and I'm sure everybody else as well. I'm going to upload this to my YouTube in the next couple days. So anyone that missed it, not everyone can tune in for a live stream. Everyone's schedules are different. But anyway, this has been fucking awesome. I can't wait for the new Archaic record. Because I love the last single you put out is so good. And I'm just like, and I feel like everyone just is like, fuck, that song's so good, need more. And you put that out, and when did that single come out? 2019? No.
I think it was 2018.
The single?
Yeah, I think.
No.
Maybe.
I love how you're like, wait, I don't know what year it is today. We're going to look. 2019. 1 year ago. Yeah, it was literally a year ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
let's see it on.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, more than a year ago.
Well, before you go, what about you? What do you got planned? Like, what's on the horizon?
What's on the horizon? Let's see. Rebooking Devastation on the Nation tour. It's looking to be the same exact lineup with Rotting Christ, Borknagar, Wolfheart. I'm waiting on Imperial Triumphant to reconfirm. I'm hoping they can still do it. Abigail Williams is still down to do it. Ken is always just like, sure, yeah, if it happens, I'll be there. That's the Ken Sorceron fucking mentality. Hey, Rosie. So I'm about to start rebooking that soon. And then just doing the Twitch thing, which has been great. I got some ideas for newer streams to, change it up and whatnot. I'm going to start doing like these different streams where we kind of like, I'll post a poll in my Discord and we'll pick a band. Like, I'll put like a few different options up, like, Metallica, Slayer, this band, that band, and whoever gets the most votes, I'll do a specific stream on that band and we'll go back in time and learn about them. From the start, watch old interviews, old live videos, and whatnot, and just see how the band like grew and what they did and how they, maybe, exploded and took off. And
that's cool.
Yeah, I wanted to like do, so I guess it'll be like metal, I don't know what to call it, some kind of fucking, I have like different names for it. I'm probably gonna call it like something simple like the heavy metal rewind, and we'll do like the death metal rewind and have like these different logos for it, like a similar setup to like what you see here, but just different looking, something else to make it look different than my podcast. So doing stuff like that. Twitch has been great, man. It's been met a lot of cool people, built like a really cool community of music lovers. Figured out that like my niche on here is music. I'll stream games once in a while, like I did on Sunday, and it was cool. Like I haven't done that in like 2 months, and it was a fun time. But I definitely realized that like, okay, music is my thing.
Yeah,
it will forever be my thing. It's really what I'm most interested in anyway. Like I do play video games, but like a lot of the times I don't want to be on camera playing with my friends or whatever I'm playing. Call of Duty or Apex or Rogue Company and shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just been focusing on that. Hopefully some smaller bands may do some shows later in the year. I think we won't really know until like March or April what like fall, winter 2021 looks like. Mm-hmm. I think next year will be fine, but we'll see. I don't know. Anything can change. So, there's a day where, a few weeks ago I was like, they ain't gonna shit this year. But then, I'm like, okay, now it's getting better maybe, and maybe it will. We don't really know. And I just don't think we'll really know until like another, month or so. Yeah. What the end of the year could really potentially look like. So, been trying to do that, and then moving to Dallas next month. Moving back. Again. Not again, just moving again. This will be my 4th time moving since I moved to Texas.
Dang.
Fucking tired of it.
DeFonce Texas tour.
Yeah, like literally. So,
Nice, dude. Well,
yeah,
I
man.
appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, dude. Well, I'll let you go. We're gonna go bring, or you could stay in here if you want. After, you can stay in here for a couple more minutes if you can. We're gonna raid somebody, which pretty much means we take everybody from this stream and bring them to another stream. I do see that my friend Logan is on. He's the guitarist of Reflections. I don't know if,
sick.
dude, he's great fucking guitarist. Reflections is a great fucking band.
Yeah.
Their new song, I don't know if you've listened to it yet, Jared. Bro, if you want a song to really blow your fucking mind, like how did they do this? Go listen to it. The band is pushing the boundaries with that like style, like the Valjarda, Humanity's Last Breath type of style. But let's go. Let's bring everybody over to his stream. He's writing right now. He just started streaming as well. So if you don't follow Logan, you should go follow him. He's a really nice dude, and he's a sick fucking guitarist. So anyway, Jared, thank you again. Stoked for the new record.
Thanks, man.
Can't fucking wait, man.
Yeah,
all right,
good to connect, brother.
yeah, man. This Thursday, I have Chris, the guitarist from The Ghost Inside, Texas in July. So if you're around this Thursday, everybody, same time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, he will be here with me. So come stop by if you're around. All right, we're going to go raid Logan from Reflections right now. All right, see you later.
Cool.
Take it easy. Peace. All right, let's see. Did it work? Yeah. There we go. Okay.